Welcome back to another episode of Podcast Demastered, a place where we celebrate our love for all things nerdy. I'm Wade.
And I'm Chelsea.
On today's episode, we will be demastering Kingdom Hearts 1. At long last.
We are finally here.
Yes, we've been planning and scheming and all sorts of things to begin a complete series rerun on the entire Kingdom Hearts series from start to finish. We've been kind of teasing it a little bit in past episodes, but we were here. We've reached the first episode, and of course, we are going to start with the OG Kingdom Hearts 1. We will be doing the whole series in release order, the best way to experience the series. If you started chronologically, like if you played through everything chronologically, let us know how that worked for you. Let's see if you, I want to know if you understood anything better because you did that. I don't think so, but let me know.
Yeah.
So we have so many things we're going to talk about today. Like with each game, we're just kind of doing a sort of like a retrospective. You know, we're just going to talk about the game, but we do have a quick summary of Kingdom Hearts 1 in case you've never played. And if you don't want to be spoiled, don't listen to this episode right now. This is not for you. Come back. Go play the first game, then come back. Or if you don't care to be spoiled, you're just like, hey, I just want to hear about the game.
What is this? Yeah.
Yeah, then you're in the right place. So we have put together just a quick summary of the first game to kind of help understand the characters and what went down, I suppose, in the first game. You ready, Chelsea?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Kingdom Hearts follows the story of a boy and his friends, Sora, Kairi, and Riku. They dream of leaving their small island in search of other worlds and new adventures. They're suddenly given the chance to leave, but destiny causes them to be split up and lose their world in the process to the darkness, naturally. Sora, the new Keyblade Master, and the Keyblade is a mythical weapon said to unlock any lock and protect the worlds, meets up with, you bet, Donald and Goofy, you know who they are, who are on a quest to find King Mickey, who has left his kingdom in search for the cause of what's causing the many worlds to disappear. They travel together through Disney worlds, facing a cabal of Disney villains who have their own goals involving the heart of all worlds, and using the Heartless to fight Sora, the darkness themselves. Sora finds his friend Riku, who has found Kairi on his own, though she is now an empty vessel without a heart. Riku has been working for the villains, shocker, commanding the power of darkness in contrast to Sora's power over the light. Upon reaching Hollow Bastion, Maleficent's stronghold, Sora and Riku clash several times. We find out Maleficent has been using Riku to kidnap the Princesses of Heart from the many worlds in order to open the portal to the heart of all worlds. These are your typical familiar Disney princesses that we've grown up knowing and loving, including Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, Jasmine, Belle, Alice, as in Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and as well as Kairi. Sora finds out Kairi's heart has been hidden inside his own, and Sora releases her heart from his, causing himself to turn into a Heartless. Kairi protects Sora, returning him to normal, but we find out that there's been a true villain amongst us. Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, has taken over Riku, also shocker, and aims to claim the heart of all worlds, which is Kingdom Hearts. In this game, unleashing darkness upon the entire universe. Sora stops him, and with the power of Sora, Donald, Goofy, Riku, and King Mickey's hearts, they are able to close the door to Kingdom Hearts and save the worlds, separating the worlds once again. We end the first game with Sora, Riku, and Kairi being once again separated. Sora, Donald, and Goofy continue their search for King Mickey and Riku, who are now lost within the world of darkness. Kairi is safe at home in Destiny Islands, awaiting her friend's return.
Beautiful.
Boom. There we go.
Yes.
So, Kingdom Hearts, I remember when Kingdom Hearts came out, it was so different, wasn't it?
Yes. It just is so different in so many ways because it was there's so many familiar elements to it. At the same time, it was its own unique story. The gameplay looked fun, flashy at the time. I mean, I am all in for anything that includes anything Disney, and I was like, I need more of this. I don't know what this is, but I need it.
It was so weird because, like, this game came out 2001, 2002. And there wasn't online communities. Also, we were like 10, 11, 12 years old. The world and like how we shared information was totally different. So a lot of what we got was commercials. And the commercial for this game was not explanatory to this game at all. However, it was iconic. Basically, this giant, like a collection of scenes from the game, a collage of like Disney scenes. It's like character, like action scenes, character. Like you see all these people just popping up to the backing track of Hikaru Utada's A Simple and Clean, like the upbeat remix version. And I remember like you hear like the Square Enix like ding, and then like the song starts and it's going. And then you see all these characters like, what is happening? And then at the end, you remember the tagline of the game?
So I don't know if I ever actually saw the commercial, because that wasn't my introduction to the game.
That's crazy. Okay.
I know.
That's crazy. Okay, we'll watch it later.
Okay.
We'll watch it later, but at the
we'll
end of the
thing... We'll find it, we'll share it on our socials. Yeah.
Yes, we will. The end of the commercial, it's just like the narrator. I think he said a few things throughout, but it's like not. But at the end, he's like, you'll never know who you'll run into next. And it's like, again, this commercial is so not like, it's not indicative of the actual game at all. It's a really good commercial. It was all over the place. And there's people who have never played Kingdom Hearts who like, if I like closed their eyes and like played that song, they would go, oh my God, like a memory stirs within my being. They know the song.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, what was how did you find this game?
Yeah, so I went over to my friend's house one day, and so I was friends actually with both the brother and sister, but I was mainly friends with like the sister. But I saw that like her brother was playing this game in his room, and I was like, oh, you're playing on a PS2. Like, what is this game you're playing? I was like, you're fighting like Cerberus right now? Like, what is happening? What is this? And I was like, Disney characters in this game I've never heard of. Like, I need to know more. So I like sat and watched for a bit, and then I was like, I want this game for myself. I have to play this. So that was my introduction. Yeah, just from basically word of mouth and seeing a friend playing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, how very 2000s, how very early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
But and I had friends who played it too. I did. In fact, like that's like I also saw it at a friend's house, and I was like, what is going on? Like I had seen the commercial, but I was like, what? This game again? I was like, this game is not like the commercial. But he let me play it. I mean, like I had my own save file. He was just like, yeah, I'll like watch you play. You can just play it. Immediately in love. And then when I got my PS2, which was the next year, I think, I forgot it for Christmas, and I got Final Fantasy X and Kingdom Hearts 1, the greatest hits versions, for Christmas.
Oh gosh, yes.
Those were my first two PlayStation 2 games, which, like, how iconic is that?
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, and like let's talk a little bit about these two components that make Kingdom Hearts what it is.
Yeah.
Like when it came out, like what this project was essentially a blending of Final Fantasy and Disney, which like you go look it up. There's a weird story on like how this even happened. There's like a two men meet in an elevator situation. Like literally. And then that's what it is, like they created the story to like connect all the Disney worlds together, where like one original character could like meet all of them and go on adventures, but then like infuse it with Final Fantasy, a lot of 7 and then 8 and 10, because those were like the most recent big blockbustery kind of Final Fantasies. And you got yourself, I mean, a perfect game.
Yeah. It really is, because I think it's fun because you get to play this unique story, but you also get kind of that a little bit comfort, familiarity with those characters you already know. And it's also cool too because for people who are Disney fans, I mean, in general, there weren't like that many Disney video games out at the time. And if they were, they weren't they were very like simply following the story, or sometimes they were just like kind of like almost 2D scrolling games and stuff like
yeah,
that.
like Disney games, movie games, TV games, they
Hmm.
were there to sell the movie, not to create like a unique experience for the player.
Yeah. And so it was cool to be like, oh, we're kind of entering these types of worlds from these movies, but they're worlds or parts we've never quite seen before, or parts that are slightly iconic from those movies. And we're like, oh, we get to actually be there. For example, like in Alice in Wonderland, you get to be in the room with the bottles and the door. And you get to drink the potions yourself and explore all the quirkiness of that. You get to see the Queen of Hearts. You get to fight the cards. You get to check out parts of Tarzan in that area. You get to go on the jungle.
Tarzan.
You get to, yeah. Vine, what is that called actually? Not really vine surfing.
Like the tree branch surfing?
Yeah.
Tree surfing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it was such a throwback to so many things. Like Sora got to do so much that we wish we got to do, like when watching those movies. And yeah, so like sometimes, like in Kingdom Hearts 1, depending on the world you go to, sometimes Sora's just kind of like intertwined with like the story plot that, like the actual Disney movie plot that's happening. And sometimes it's not the same at all. Sometimes it's like, well, that's already happened. Like the movie's already taken place and now we're doing stuff like after the movie. It just kind of depends. And that's something that definitely continues throughout all of the Kingdom Hearts games. Like sometimes you're just playing the original plot. Sometimes you're doing something completely original, just using like the lore and the characters, which I always love the original stories.
Yeah.
Playing through the plot of the movie can be fun. Like it's like, oh, that's interesting. It's very what you'd expect, but
yeah.
I like the original stories. I like something new.
Yeah. I agree. It's fun to see a little bit of mix in both, but what listeners you'll probably hear is there does tend to be some repetition throughout the series, and sometimes it's good that we get a change up of the stories. But one thing in particular to mention too is that kind of when we did our brief overview of the games themselves is that like all these worlds are supposed to be like separated. Nobody's supposed to go like to and from, but because Sora, Donald, and Goofy have the ability to go to, they have to do things to kind of like quote blend in. So their costumes will change or how they appear in the worlds will change to try to fit that environment. So for example, like they travel to Atlantica and a Little Mermaid, and so they also become sea creatures of sorts, or like Sora becomes like a merman slash shark,
like a mermaid dolphin thing. And
yeah,
then,
there we go.
And then Donald is like Ursula, like becomes like half like octopus, squid.
Yeah.
And then Goofy always gets the wildest transformation.
Yes.
Goofy's a flippin' turtle. It's just like a turtle body with Goofy's head. I love that so much.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's always so funny because some worlds, they get really crazy with their outfits, or some things like, they go to Halloween Town, Nightmare Before Christmas. So they have like little decorations, darker clothing with spider webs and whatnot.
Like Sora's Halloween Town costume is so iconic. He gets these little like half masks that kind of hang out over his eye. His clothes are all dark and like Tim Burton-y. But even like Donald and Goofy, Donald becomes a zombie. No, a mummy.
Yes.
A mummy, and Goofy's a zombie, like a Frankenstein kinda. And I love they like anytime you get Nightmare Before Christmas in a Kingdom Hearts game, like they always go
those
in
costumes
depth.
go hard.
Yeah, and like we'll talk about that again in Kingdom Hearts 2, which works out differently, but like cooler. But no, I love how they incorporate, like when they get a chance to incorporate the characters into the Disney universes. And as the series goes, there's more instances of that, but like we'll talk about that as we get there. But do you want to do a quick Disney World run through? Like who are we going to run into?
Yeah. So, and what the thing is about these games too, you don't necessarily have to play them in a particular world order. They do kind of have a little bit of recommendations because they show like the battle difficulty around them, but you can do whatever the heck you want with the ones that are open. But let's see. I mean, well, we talked about like Alice in Wonderland, so we get to visit Wonderland. And
then we have Tarzan.
We get to go to the Colosseum, get to go to the Olympus Coliseum.
Like Hercules. Which is great because they use that in the game for like your battles, your tournaments and arenas and stuff like that. Like you get a lot of really cool stuff. Like the story in that world is very short. There's not a lot to do story-wise, But as you get your way through all the tournaments and stuff, it expands the story. It's pretty neat. You need to do that. You get some really good rewards. Let's see. After Hercules, we go to Aladdin.
Yes.
We go to Agrabah.
And then, let's see. Monstro is one of them, as in we get swallowed by the whale from Pinocchio.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Monstro is just swimming through space and he just eats us. It's fine, whatever.
That part is always wild.
Yeah, detach yourself from reality. It's fine. It's a Disney thing. What do you want?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so we have Monstro. Then we go to Atlantica. Visit Ariel.
Yes. Then we already talked about Halloween Town as well. Nightmare Before Christmas.
And then we go to Neverland. As in, we get on Captain Hook's ship.
Yes.
And we're there for 98%. And then you end in London, like where Peter drops off Wendy. But like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We can talk more about Neverland in a different game.
Yes. But enough of a tease, but it is fun because you also, I mean, in general, like, this is a video game, so as you fight, you level up and you gain new abilities, but you also gain certain abilities based on whatever area you're in. So for Neverland, for example, you get to learn how to fly.
You sure do. Thank God for that. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's such a wild component when you really think about it, for being such an old game, but also you're flying around, but then you're also battling and like Heartless in the air around the ship.
And cool. Sometimes aerial combat is not like easier. Sometimes it is not easier.
No, I think about that when flying around. Well, not flying around, but more swimming around Ursula.
Ugh.
That, oh man.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So Disney World-wise, we're about done, but there is a little addition.
Yeah.
Because you have some, like, you got some OG areas. You have some, like, Kingdom Hearts specific areas that will pop up constantly. Like, Sora, Riku, and Kairi are from Destiny Islands. That's their home world. But Sora immediately goes to Traverse Town, which is said to be, like, a place on, like, the edge of darkness where people who are lost are found, which is why Sora ends up there. That's also where he meets a lot of the Final Fantasy characters. You got Yuffie from 7. Squall from 8, the main character from 8, who is going by Leon because he's being edgy. Shocker. And then Aerith, also from 7. But you also have a few extra Disney characters there. We have Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Oh, I forgot Sid.
I was going to say,
Sid from 7. Whoops, my bad. Sid from Final Fantasy 7. Maybe the best Sid. I think that depends on who you ask. That's a different conversation. So Huey, Dewey, Louie. We have Merlin. Merlin from
Sword in the Stone.
Sword in the Stone, thank you. And also the fairy godmother from Cinderella. They're both lost, but they're working together to help Sora do his thing.
Yeah. And they're kind of part of, like, side quest / mini games.
Yes, they are. And then also Merlin in his little housey house that he has is the storybook for Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Which again, that's a trope that continues in the series. But you have, like, poor Winnie the Pooh, his book has been ravaged by the Heartless, and you have to find the missing pages to, like, complete the book. So you kind of, like, unlock more, like, mini game levels within the book. But also, it's just because it's Winnie the Pooh, it's an
like
excellent
the most
little
wholesome
source.
part.
It is. It's so nostalgic and, like, warm because it's Pooh. And I'm so glad they, like, continue doing that throughout the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of that nice touch too, because the story can get really heavy at times, and so you could just kind of just go back to this cozy little world and just chill with your friends. And there's cute little mini games, and there is a complete story to completing the pages. It's a sweet time.
Yes. With, again, some pretty good rewards. So I'll complete the stuff, do the stuff, get the things.
Yes.
Be amazing. Character-wise, I think, like, there aren't any other hidden Disney characters, are there?
No, I mean, we didn't really mention, like, Minnie Mouse and Daisy exist. They're at the palace.
Yeah.
And with Chip and Dale. Well, Chip and Dale are also a component because they...
in
tinkerers.
Jiminy. In Jiminy.
Yes,
now,
of course.
This is wild because Jiminy is technically a main character. He is with Sora bodily all of the time.
Yeah, that is true.
He's like always like hiding in Sora's clothes. He's like your save person. He's like the person who is like chronicling your adventure, like in a journal and keeping track of like the data. he's never there, but he's always there. It's wild that they just never even joke about that. You know what I mean? Like,
That
we
is true.
almost forgot, but
Yes.
he's there more than Donald and Goofy are, technically.
Yeah, that is true. It also is a fun little component to explain like why you have a menu like screen and why you can have a section to recap the story and to learn about the different characters and stuff like that. It's because it's all Jimmy's job.
So outside of that, I think that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
You do well. We have some. Well, no, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Some secret bosses and stuff like that, but that's later.
No, talking about Chip and Dale, they're kind of like they become important because they're the ones that help us navigate to different worlds. They're the ones who created the thing called the gummy ship. The gummy ship is
you heard us right.
Oh, yes. And it's, made of things called gummy blocks, little weird blocks that come together to make a ship. You can modify them if you dare.
That is a whole thing that you can you can create your own ship using these little blocks. Like, think Minecraft before Minecraft was a thing, except the blocks are like a gummy candy material. I mean, they're squishy and they stick together, but also they're hard, ? I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't
worry
think
about it too hard.
Don't worry about it. But yes, they're there to help you do that. And then, they're just there.
Yeah. And like that is a different part of that is another part of the game as well, is that when you initially go to these different worlds, you have to travel there, buy your gummy ship, and you have to go through this kind of arcade style, not really quite asteroid type game because it's 3-dimensional, but you have to go through hoops, you have to shoot Heartless.
It moves you forward and you kind of move around the screen shooting and dodging and stuff, but it's it's so slow paced in the first game, and you're just like, especially the first few worlds where you have to do it every time you go somewhere. And you're like, oh my God. But it gets updated.
Yes.
For sure. I can't wait to talk about 3s, but that's a long ways off.
Yes. Yes, listeners, you might be like, why is 3 a long ways off? There's a lot of games in between, if you're not familiar.
Spoiler alert, there's more than 3 games.
Yes.
But again, we'll talk about that. So, all right. So we got Disney Final Fantasy coming together. Excellent. Everybody loves. But also, that's a very confusing fact to people. They're like, I like this and I like this, but I don't want them together. Like, just, it doesn't work this way you think it does. But it works. It works, though. I promise you, it does work really, really well. But also, like, the game has its own lore. Like, this game is nothing but lore, honestly, but there's a lot of it there, and this is just the start. It's pretty basic when you start to, like, put everything on top of it. And, there's a kind of a meme, I suppose, about how hard Kingdom Hearts is to understand. We're here to help with that and show, really, it's not. It's really not that difficult. If you can understand Kingdom Hearts 1, you can understand everything else. And Kingdom Hearts 1 is not exactly difficult.
No.
So, Chelsea, you hit me with a fact earlier that I was shocked.
Oh, yes.
You told me, after all the time we spent together, that you had not actually replayed Kingdom Hearts 1 since, like, the first time you played it, like, what was that, like 60 years ago? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
So, explain yourself.
First
Tell
came
me.
Out. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's in general, it's something that I just don't do. I very rarely replay games because there's so much out there and so much I want to play that I just try to take it all in the first time I play a game. And so, yes, this is like one of my favorite series of all time because I have enjoyed my experiences with each game, but it's one where now, have I tried to go back and replay it a handful of times? Yes, I have. But I just have never, I don't know. It's not like it's a bad game. It's just something where I'm like, but I already know how the story ends type thing.
Well,
I'm ready to move on.
That.
Yeah.
You play a game. That's the full experience of that game. You take that experience with you as you move on to something else. I feel the same way with movies a lot. I watch a movie and I can go, that was the best movie I've seen in like years. And then I used to be bad about this. I'll go, like, it comes out on DVD. I will buy that thing the second it hits the shelf, but I won't actually watch it on DVD for like another 4 or 5 years. That's I understand.
Yeah. So it was this time, because I really did just recently replay this entire game, and it really was such a special experience because, I mean, all I really had to go off of was what was in my memory and what I've had the entire journey through all these Kingdom Hearts games. But it's pure nostalgia on top of already the nostalgia of like my Disney experience, which is also, this was a special, even more a special experience, I feel like, because we have been going through the Final Fantasy VII remake. And so I've really gotten to know those characters as well. So to have them pop up in the game and being like, I definitely know who these characters are.
Yeah.
It's kind of a special experience as well. But I mean, yeah, that's, I will say, I don't know, it's probably getting ahead, but just when that opening hits, it still hits just as hard as it did the first time.
That's Kingdom Hearts is very like that. Like their intro opening videos, you always get this like dark, spooky kind of thing, and there's always a narration.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get a song. And the songs are always given by Hikaru Utada. We love her. We stan her here. But the video is not like the intro to the game. It does not like walk you into the first segment of the game.
No.
It's kind of like, well, the first game, it's just like, here's a vibe. Which really, it's like, Sora talks about a dream he's having, and like, you assume like this is the dream he's having. But in the other games, the intro is always like a weird recap. A super dramatic recap of everything essentially that's happened up till that point. Just all crammed within like a music video for the song. But they're all amazing. Like it's all like Square puts in work on these Kingdom Hearts intros. They're very well known for it.
And
so
it
like
shows,
you
and
could
it sticks
like you
with
could
you. Yeah.
you could skip the intro to every Kingdom Hearts game and be just fine. Like you would just start the game.
But I encourage you to
but
not
you should
do
not
that.
because like we like to enjoy life and all of its many things. So you should watch, listen, obsess the way we do.
Yes. But before talking too much about the music, because I know we could definitely get carried away with that. So Wade, how many times have you played the first Kingdom Hearts game? Because you also did recently.
Watch your tone. Watch your tone.
It was not a tone.
A lot. I played it a lot. So I mean, when like on the PlayStation 2, I played Kingdom Hearts 1 several times through. Not like continuously. I just came back to it a lot. Because like to beat the first game, it does not take very long. If you sit down with the sole, like, I'm just going to beat the game and like stay away from the extra stuff, it's not that long a game. But then like years later, let's say 2012, 13, they remastered Kingdom Hearts 1 and a couple other things for the PS3. And of course, like, because now we had like trophies and everything. And I absolutely beat it on that. And then years later, they remastered the remaster for PS4. And because they hate me, they did not carry over the trophies. They treat it as a brand new game, but it's all the same trophy. So I had to do all the same things again. And then, so I just replay that version a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I should clarify that when I replayed it, I did not like pull out an old PS2. No, I played this on my PS5 and it was the PS4 version of the game. That's how I'll be playing, all of them, because I have the collection. So I think everything I'll be playing on my PS5.
Good. There we go.
Series, yeah.
Nice. But it was not. It's always nice to come back to the game. There's things in the game that I haven't done. Like there's like secret bosses and I guess we can talk about the secret bosses now.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is they always like to throw in some secret bosses. There's always like one big secret boss that's like a story preview for whatever's coming next. They have a secret boss who like you don't know who it is, but it's like a main character, maybe main villain or something from the next game. I have never beat any of those villains, any of those bosses. They're hard. They're intended to be like the toughest part of the game. But in one, and the one that everybody always hates, you can fight Sephiroth at the Colosseum. And initially he was like the final boss. He was like the secret boss. Which when they like remastered the game into Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, there was some more final bosses, or some more secret bosses, excuse me. Which like the Titans. Well, the two Titans were in the first game. I'm missing a boss in here. Oh my gosh.
I mean, don't you technically fight Hades? I don't really know if that's considered a secret.
Well, he's
but
just he's there in the Hades
it is still
Cup.
size. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a side boss, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then you fight like No Name. Is that his name? Like it's Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's No Name. I think that's the name of the boss.
That's like I did not do any of these. I'm not good enough to play all these other secret boss fights and stuff. I also am not really interested in that, but it is fascinating because in general that is a theme throughout all the Kingdom Hearts games. There are all these secrets boss fights, secret reports and whatnot.
There's and the secret endings. Oh my god. Let's talk about the secret endings because Nomura hates us all and he's a troll. Like you by doing various things in the Kingdom Hearts games, and usually like if you're not going to play it on like the hardest difficulty, which auto unlocks the secret ending, you have to like complete the journal. You have to do all the mini games and all the stuff. And it unlike after the credits roll, you get a secret ending, which again just is like stuff coming in the future, the next game, whatever it is. But like they're super vague, right? But they're also super cool and edgy. And speaking of edgy, the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 1 is like the essence of edge. Like, oh my god, like built like people standing on top of buildings looking down and one guy's in a blindfold and it's raining and because of course and it's dark hoods and jackets and then they're fighting. It's a whole thing and it's a vibe, but it sets up for Kingdom Hearts 2. So
100%. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that. I forgot that was a secret ending because when I watched it recently, I was like, oh yeah, I have seen this before. I did not realize that was. And I'm like, yes, I remember when this came out. It was something to be talked about.
Yeah. I would constantly beat the game again and again. 1, to listen to Simple and Clean. And then 2, to watch that dang secret ending again and again and again. Yeah. Amazing.
But yeah, no, our next game will not be Kingdom Hearts 2. So you'll have to wait a bit, listeners.
LOL. Yeah. But there's only one game, kind of.
Yeah.
Between.
Yeah.
So,
in release order, yes.
Okay, so now 5 years ago, we actually did our first Kingdom Hearts episode.
Yeah.
Ooh. Where we just kind of talked. Episodes. We just like talked about Kingdom Hearts. It was very just like us rambling about it.
Yeah.
Because but we also talked a lot about the music of Kingdom Hearts, which is like a core part of the series. The music is written by Yoko Shimomura, a goddess. Absolute amazing. And then like the intros, the endings, things like that are written by Hikaru Utada. And it's just, I mean, the music for Kingdom Hearts is something truly special, I think. Just like with the concept of the game, you get lots of Disney music. Like she has gone and created her own versions of all of these Disney themes and then like some new stuff to like complement it. But like the original music of Kingdom Hearts, I mean, oh my gosh. Oh.
I mean, when you boot up the game, the opening sequence of that music hits you right there before you even start a game.
White screen, the menu fades in, you get the strings coming in just so quietly, and then Dearly Beloved starts to play. And then you get this tinkling little piano melody, the slow, just descending line. And the waves, you hear waves in the background, and it's just like, oh, like you could turn on the starting menu of Kingdom Hearts and close your eyes and just relax.
Yeah, I love the soundtrack. I do own it was a 2-disc CD collection, and I have listened to this so many times. This is my favorite video game soundtrack, and it's. I mean, of course, I always like the little quirky Disney bits, but yeah, like you said, like the truly original music, it stirs up so many feelings and stuff. Oh my gosh.
And she's so good at using character themes throughout other moments. Like she incorporates, like, is this a big moment for this character? You're going to hear their theme, that leitmotif. You're going to hear that there. She's going to work it into the melody. Like we'll talk about that in 2 or 3 specific games. But apart from like Uematsu doing like the OG 10 Final Fantasies. I don't know. I don't think there's a better video game composer. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's what's crazy, because like that is just purely rooted in my mind, because that, like, the music is something that just immediately sticks with you from like that first time playing this game and just hearing all these years, and just brings a smile to your face, or also just could make your heart race because you're like, oh no, we're in Hollow Bastion right now. That music is intense feeling.
I mean, it's not everything is pretty and calming, and sometimes it'll make you cry, sometimes it'll make you anxious and tense, and sometimes it'll put you in a rage. You know, she's really good at like controlling your emotional spectrum as you play through the narrative of the game.
Yeah. I think that is something that's such a talent, like a real talent, to have these video game soundtracks like be enjoyable. Because a thing with a video game, like a movie, is that you will be in these areas for a long time. You might also be in this boss fight forever because you keep dying and you just hear the same parts over and over again. But it's not like the music is frustrating to you. It might just be like, why can't I beat this boss, or something like that.
They don't make games like they used to. But yes, if you've never heard Kingdom Hearts, check out our socials. We'll post some stuff. We'll post some things for you to listen to. To move on, part of the like promotional strategy for this game, as it came out, was the people that they used, the voice cast. It was not a video game voice cast.
No.
They treated it like, I mean, it's Disney, so go figure, but they treated it like a movie. Your main cast of characters, Sora, Riku, and Kairi, were three of like the young, major, huge actors of the time. So Sora is played by Haley Joel Osment, which nowadays, I mean, he's still acting. He's all over the place. But as a kid, like, we knew him from The Sixth Sense. He was the little kid in The Sixth Sense who says, I see dead people. He is Sora, and he will forever be Sora.
Yes.
Riku is played by David Gallagher, who was a little older than Haley Joel Osment, and he was on, what was it?
Wasn't it Seventh Heaven?
Seventh Heaven, that's right. A popular TV show at the time. And then Kairi was played by a very young Hayden Panettiere. Like pre-Heroes Hayden Panettiere.
Yes.
But, you know, and then they included all these other people. Like, here's a wild one, which most people didn't even know until so many years later. But Sephiroth, Sephiroth's a secret boss in the game. He's played by Lance Bass from NSYNC.
Which like, is crazy to say.
And it's like, he doesn't really have a speaking role. It's like battle stuff and battle lines. But like, it's like you listen and you're like, that's who? What? Because up until this point, like the characters from Final Fantasy VII specifically, they didn't have voices. They didn't have, they're like Final Fantasy Advent Children, like the movie was not a thing yet. So they didn't have people that automatically played them like you would have pretty much all the time today. Yeah. So they were just like, yeah, we're gonna put this person, we're just gonna get a star-studded cast. Like you were talking about Yuffie earlier.
Yeah. I could not believe that, and I was like, it was when I had to look it up later, because I was like, wait, what? What do you mean, Yuffie? Yeah. Now I'm blanking out.
Christy.
Oh wait, yeah, I said it was Christy Carlson Romano.
Christy Carlson Romano, who, when we were little, she was an actor in all of these Disney Channel shows. Yes. She was Kim Possible.
Even Stevens. She was
Even Stevens. Yeah. All over the place. Mandy Moore.
Yes.
Was Aerith, and even what's his name?
But David Berens was in this as well, right?
And and he was in he was Angel in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Angel, which like I'm like, okay, like I hate Squall's voice in the first game because he's just obviously not a voice actor, right?
Yeah.
Unless he was just having some real bad days, I don't know.
But
like in the first, like my forever favorite voice actor in Kingdom Hearts 1, which is to this day I'm so mad about because they recast him this first chance they got. was the main villain, Ansem. He was
Mm.
freaking Billy Zane, which, like, kids today, they don't know who Billy Zane is, and that's fine. But, like, go Google Billy Zane, please. Just go Google Billy Zane. He's amazing. And his voice, oh my god, his voice is amazing.
It's intense. Good
and,
villain
and
voice.
and then of course, like, for all the Disney worlds, you have all these people coming back who were the original voice actor for Aladdin and Jasmine, and all these people coming back to voice over their people, which is just like, again, this was 2002. There wasn't like a million ways to go and hear those characters outside of that movie.
Yeah.
And this is something that will continue throughout all of the Kingdom Hearts games. And it's not often that they have to recast somebody, and usually it's just because they had to.
Mm-hmm.
But even like as they introduce more original characters, you see huge actors step into these roles. We're not going to spoil
people who aren't really actors, but maybe
but have unique voices. We'll cover them as we hit each game, but that's kind of a taste of who you're going to see in the first game voicing all of these people.
Yes. This was no tiny production. This was like
all
hands from everybody. How can we reach people? And to just make something that becomes such a unique story that like these things help enhance the story, but it is still its own original piece that is still continuing today.
I think a lot of people, like even the people who were around when the game first came out, they forget this so often, that Kingdom Hearts is not Disney and it's not Final Fantasy. Kingdom Hearts, especially now, is its own thing. At this point, you could drop most of the Disney stuff. You can remove the Final Fantasy characters, and you have a complete story and a complete cast all on its own that can, like, hold up on its own, too. I truly believe if they, like, dropped the reins, it would keep going on its own. Now, I'm not saying you should remove the Disney and the Final Fantasy. I don't agree with that. But it is strong enough where it's its own original thing.
Definitely.
But like, in the very first game, this wonderful marriage of Disney and Square Enix, crazy. Like, they did it right,
big.
And they built onto it. Built onto it.
And it's so interesting, like, reflecting on that Disney took this kind of risk, because it wasn't telling a cutesy little princess story. Let's just have a traditional little tale. We're talking about darkness here. We're talking about darkness within your hearts, with people making morally gray choices or not morally gray. Like, it's
just having to make really tough decisions.
Yeah.
Regardless. And that's within the Disney stuff and outside of the Disney stuff,
Yeah.
And especially as we get later into the series, you see a lot of really good, like, narrative things happening as far as, like, emotions and character-driven things go. There's a lot to look forward to, and it all starts here.
Yes.
Okay. Here, Chelsea, I want you to tell me something.
Okay.
What's your least favorite part of this game? And why is it the gummy ship?
I mean, that is true. I also don't really like Atlantica either.
That's a common thing.
I'll talk about Atlantica briefly. It's like somehow fighting in that huge space, in such a big 3-dimensional space or whatever, because because you're underwater, so you can go up, down, all around, and just trying to aim to get those enemies just right. And also,
you're always just a bit too far away. Like, you dash up to them and you're like going to attack them. Oh, you missed because you're just that close enough, and then
I'm like all the way across the area and I have to go swim back. And
yes,
yeah. And another thing that's kind of related to that is that I'm a person who does really love maps if I can read them in a game.
Yes,
but I also have no sense of direction in a game, so me trying to remember which little water tunnel goes freaking where.
Have a map. There are no maps in Kingdom Hearts 1. In Atlantica, and everywhere else is pretty fine.
Yeah.
But Atlantica, ew.
Yes.
That's a
and
big
then you have to swim against the current sometimes to go to the areas and whatnot, or which hole pops you up in the same area. But I do agree.
They're so interconnected, and you're just like, ooh, there's a new place, and you're like, crap, I'm in the last map. Oh crap, the Heartless have respawned. Oh crap, I'm dead.
Yeah,
it's a mess. Well, and then connected to
gosh.
that, like the final Ursula fight.
Yes,
She's like huge. Like at the end of the movie, she's like got the trident, and she's huge, and you're just like there, like smacking her face constantly. Except for me, I'm behind her. I'm smacking the back of her head.
I'm trying to get over there. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Until she does.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever.
But yes, but jokingly, but also not jokingly about the gummy ship situation. I have never understood how it works in the first game. I really tried this time, and I went, there's really no point in me trying. I was like, I'm going to build something fun. I'm going to collect some blueprints. We're going to make something cool. And I'm just like,
nope.
This menu is so clunky. Like the camera in that build mode is even worse. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I hate the controls in the build mode. I'll hit 7 wrong buttons before I hit the right one, but then I've like damaged something by hitting those 7 other buttons. So like, whatever, dude. Whatever.
So real. Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm old and I don't want to deal with it.
No. And I was like, I'm lucky I got to deal with my base thing / I might have actually been able to figure out how to add a bunch of, like, I don't know, shields or whatnot to it. And this thing, I'm like, I don't know how this thing can fly. There's things that are just in the middle of the air. I don't even know how they're connected to my ship. But sure, we'll just leave that as is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say, I mean, besides the gummy ship, I'm going to say Tarzan, the deep jungle.
I get that.
I just like that. It's boring ? Like the story's boring. The maps, some of the maps are fine. Some of the like areas are okay. And then they're like, "Hey, let's do this like vine swinging thing." And I'm like, "I'd rather just throw myself off the top of this tree." Because just like the button inputs on it just drive me crazy.
Yeah, that is something that like in general was a struggle going back to this first game, because they fix so many things and make so many things so much smoother that going back to the original, like, it just takes a little bit more patience. But yes, I know there's certain things that's really frustrating because I'm like, I know I'm clicking the right button. I know how to do this. Why will you not move forward? And I feel like the Deep Jungle, like, there's potential because there are some creative things you can do there. But it just, as a whole, I do agree that story is very boring.
Yeah, well, it's like, the movie's amazing. But like, you pulled out like the worst parts of the movie and turned it into a story. And they didn't even get to fix it because after that, like the owners of Tarzan were like, screw you, Disney, and like wouldn't let them use it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're just stuck with this and that's it. They can't use it anymore. They can't fix it. We can't take a second shot. So it is what it is. Or jumping on top of the hippos. Oh my god.
Yes. Well, once you learn how to glide, I went, psh.
Oh yeah, once you can glide, screw that. Screw that whole world.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Then you don't have to vine swing either. You could just glide to the next spot. But yes, in general, when you are with the bare, like the basic bone, like bare bones going through those different areas, oh no.
Yeah.
And then, in general, that map too. I struggled so many times. Like, I was like, I thought this place, I'm like, nope, I fell again. Never mind. I have to start all over again.
Yeah. Drop down to the beginning. Whoops.
Yeah. No, I think that was probably the one of the worlds that I played a little bit too long because I got to a point where I was like, I forgot what the heck am I even looking at doing next? What am I supposed to go for the story?
Well, that's a lot too, because they're like, well, they'll like be talking at you without like, we're not gonna go do this next. Like, there's none of that, and you're just like, I'm just gonna run into a map until a cutscene activates.
Yes.
Like again, the place isn't that big, but it's like, okay.
No, I think at one point I did have to Google it because I was like, I think I had also stopped, like, I had gone back and forth, like, just between, like, a play session in a sense. And then I was kind of like, I kind of forgot what was happening in the story. I'm also like, I swear I've been everywhere. Where is the cutscene? Are we done with this world? Did I finish? I'm like, nope, I found it. Found the battle.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only bad thing is that, like, that happens at the beginning-ish of the game. So you're just like, oh my god.
Yes, that does. The beginning of the game, that's something also interesting to talk about, too, briefly, is that always infuriated me playing it. I remember at the beginning. So because you're playing like sort like all these are young like kids, like I guess they're young teens, I don't know if we technically know their age at this time.
They are, I think they're 14. And
Okay.
Riku's a year older, so he's 15.
That's right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So there's all these kids hanging out on a beach, like having their own little fun clubhouses, messing around, doing stuff. And so you have all these opportunities to kind of do like mini fights. Can you take on your other friends?
I love, okay, yeah, so really quick, I completely forgot about this earlier. On Destiny Islands, there's Sora, Riku, and Kairi. But they also have 3 other friends by the names of Tidus, Waka, and Selphie. Tidus and Waka, of course, being from Final Fantasy X, and they're like little kid versions of themselves, so it's funny. And then Selphie from Final Fantasy VIII. I love Selphie. And again, little kid version of her. And you can fight them. They're like, you want to fight? And like, okay. So Tidus has this like a little wooden sword. Oh, he's got a stick. I'm sorry, he has a pole.
Yes.
That he swings at you like a sword.
Yeah.
Waka does have a blitz ball. Indeed, he will thrash you with a blitz ball. And then Selphie has a little pair of like she's got a jump rope because her weapon is nunchucks, but they give her a jump rope, so she's like snapping and. I love that it's so Selphie. But yeah, you can fight them, and then for added level of piss me off, you can fight all 3 of them at the same time.
Yes.
Which, you know what? I'm always happy to do it. I have an order I have to beat them in. And, like, emotionally devastate all 3 of them together.
Yes.
But yes, then you can go fight Riku, who was such an ass.
Oh my gosh.
He cheats.
Yes.
I swear.
As an adult, I felt so much satisfaction beating him multiple times. I was like, I have finally made it in life. I can finally beat him without getting too upset. Just like the thing that was the most notorious the first time I played the game, the little race you get to have with him. Oh, it's so simple and fun. Just race to the star and back.
Well, I found out in this run through actually, because like I have a course I always take, but I always try to take the course where you go up the ladder and you use like the sling, the thing.
Forget
to like.
That.
I usually suck it up. Like, I always, like, fall off of it. But I was like, no, before I do this race, I'm going to, like, master how this thing works and then use it. Because you can get there, boom, so fast.
Yes.
Well, I got it. It did it the right way this time. And I was like, yes! And the second I got onto the tree, he was right there. They, like, sped him up to, like, be right there with me. And I was like, oh, you cheating so-and-so.
Oh, my gosh. No, I love Riku as a character. And we'll continue to talk about him in the series. But at the beginning, I am like, I hate you so much. You were like, such a jerk.
He's your like rival best friend, but he is such a jerk to Sora. Oh my
gosh. Yeah. I know, and that's so funny to see that friendship throughout the series, because you're just like, how are you guys actually friends? Like, there is no way, because he is, that rivalry is insane.
Well, also, like, they're on an island. They gotta be friends with somebody, so.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that's why Riku wants to leave. He's like, nope.
He's like, I'm gonna ditch you halfway down this thing.
Gosh, I'll push you off my raft.
Throw you off the raft and you just take Kairi and go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, and it's there's this a cute thing that we forgot to talk about.
Yes.
It's that on Destiny Islands they have these things called Paopu fruits, which are little like star fruit kind of things, and they have this like thing about them where like if you split a Paopu fruit with somebody, like you eat it, your destinies become intertwined. You'll always find your way back to that person. And Riku is all like, "Oh, I found one." And he gives it to Sora, and he's like, don't you want to split it with Kairi? LOL. And Sora, because he's a teenage boy, is like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And, like, Riku laughs at him. But that is a theme in, like, the star kind of shape. That's a thing that lasts throughout the entire series. And, of course, the whole idea of intertwining destinies and stuff, I mean, that's, like, the purpose of the story. Yes. But while they never truly share one, that becomes a thing throughout the rest of the narrative, throughout the entire series. Yes,
because at the end of the game, too, also mentioning, like, Kairi does give Sora something. It is not a Paopu fruit, but it is a similar star-shaped thing. She
bases it, it's like a little keychain kind of thing, her lucky charm. She makes out of seashells in the shape of a Paopu fruit, and she does give that to him.
Yes.
Which, again, that also becomes a whole trope amongst characters, but
yes, not even
we'll
just
get there.
between. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. But is there anything we've missed? Anything you want to talk about we haven't quite covered?
Nothing I can think of. I think we really touched upon a lot. Is there anything comes to mind for you?
Besides Kingdom Hearts kind of setting off a lifelong appreciation and love of Hikaru Utada, I mean, you know.
Yep,
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, listeners, we hope in general that you have enjoyed our discussion of the first game in the Kingdom Hearts series. Let us know how we did. If you have further questions about the story, things that we can cover, maybe mention in our next episode when we continue the series, because there are some finer details, but we're trying to at least highlight the things that will matter and continue throughout the series. But let us know.
Yeah, I mean,
and let us know how many times you played it now.
Oh, yeah, do that too. But a lot of things continue to matter. I mean, just like, and maybe that's why people get confused, because like, well, that was from the first game, but it's themes and tropes and stuff that are in everything moves on, you know, in some form or fashion. But yes, please let us know if you've played before, and if we missed something you think is pretty crucial. Let us know what we missed. And if you have never played and maybe you're a little curious about it, on your console of choice that's not the Switch, the Kingdom Hearts various collections are often on sale, and they are often terribly cheap. You can get, if you're lucky, check at a good time, you can get the entirety of the series for like $20 to $30. And my friends, it's a steal. I don't
think that's a lot of games, guys.
That's a lot of games, a lot of content, a lot of good times. Another series, if you could get it for that cheap, I don't know if anything else would have the same like quality to it. So if you can find it that cheap and you want to give it a shot, go for it. Get it.
Yes. And listeners, if you haven't been listening to this on YouTube, our YouTube version of this will also include a lot of gameplay footage as well. And we will try to keep that up as we go throughout this series.
Absolutely.
But yes, I think that'll actually do it for this episode then.
And that's it for another episode of Podcast Demastered.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us today, don't forget to follow and subscribe, leave us a review, and tell a friend.
If you have an episode idea, send us an email at demasteredpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Facebook @PodDemastered.
Thanks for listening, and tune in for the next time we demaster our favorite things on Podcast Demastered.